All right, chat. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining so quickly. If you guys are new to these streams, we're doing another a stream. Wow, everyone joined super quick. What's up, guys? Yeah, we're doing account reviews today, everyone. Just like always, account reviews, account reviews. Star Method's the GOAT. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Unknown, thank you. I hope you're having a great day as well. Yeah, if anyone, I hope you're having a great day, please. Yeah, of course. If anyone wants their accounts reviewed, again, guys, like everyone should know here, I'm not an expert, but I can happily assist you with an experiment to try based on what I've learned on my account so far. By the way, everyone, before we get into today's session, hey, Lori, what's up, Alina? All of the replays will be on my YouTube, right here. I uploaded a video today. I need to update the thumbnails, but I upload just one of these sessions every single day. Any questions that you guys have, any discussions I have, I upload it right here. All right. With that being said, what's up, Austin? Thanks for joining. We had Austin on yesterday. We were checking out his account. Give me 1 second, chat. I know we were speaking with chat. Who were we speaking with yesterday? I thought we were speaking with someone yesterday who wanted to join the live streams. Give me 1 second, chat. In the meantime, if anyone has any questions here, I'll put this on the Google Doc, just so you guys can, anyone that joins in has some context here. So hold on. Want help with your account? Just message in chat and let's do it. Free experiments. I'm not an expert. There we go. Cool. So I'll keep this up. Give me 1 second, chat. I gotta look at my DMs. What's up, Austin? How you doing today, man? I gotta look at my DMs. We were talking with someone yesterday. Let me at least just get back to him, even if we don't have him on. Who was it? LFO. I totally would love to have mine reviewed. Yeah, man. Happy to do so, man. Let's do it. Unknown, do you want to hop on? Oh, hold on. Let me add some parameters. Also, let me know if you want to hop on a call or just stay in chat. So if anyone wants their account reviewed, I'll just leave this up while I'm looking. If anyone wants their account reviewed, just let me know these couple things. Just say me, and then let me know if you want to hop on a call where we could talk, or if you want to stay in chat. What's up, Cindy? Cindy's one of our OG, our recurring live stream members, so always happy to hear you. LFG, please do mine. Yeah, of course, Lori. Let's do it. Let's do it. And same goes for everyone else. Lori, if you want to hop on a call, let's do it. Give me just 1 second. I got to make sure. There was someone I was speaking to yesterday. Let me just make sure I get back to him real quick. Me. Cool, let's do it. All right, Lori, let me send you a, what's up, Tiago? What's up, Cindy? Lori, let me send you a, I'm going to send you a Google Meet link, okay? So you're going to join, hold on. It's going to be a virtual call here. I'm going to send it to you via DM. That way we can hear you. We could look at, I'll share my screen. We can look at your account and see what we can do. So Lori Dottie, right? Yep. All right, Lori. Let's do it. Lori, I'm sending you a Google Meet link via the DMs. As we wait, I'm going to check my DMs one more time. Just to make sure, because again, there was someone else yesterday that wanted to talk. Let me just see if I can attend to this message. And then we'll get into it. In the meantime, I'll go grab there and jump in. Yeah, sure. I'll leave this up for now. All right, chat. So in just a second, we're going to have Lori join. As we wait for her to join, I'm actually going to pull up a template document. If anyone wants this, by the way, let me know. Does this go to the YouTube video? Hold on one second. Yeah, it does. Okay, chat. If anyone wants this document, let me know. This is kind of the template. Every time that you guys hop on, by the way, I try to write notes down in a doc, and then I try to give you like 1 or 2 experiments to try. And I do so in just a basic Google Doc. I have this stuff that's listed here in the doc as a general journey roadmap, if you will, on how to grow. I'm not going to say I'm an expert at growing a page, but this is the journey that I've been on so far. So you'll see me reference these materials here in just a second. I see Lori just tried to join in. Lori, give me 1 second. Let me rename this for you. All right. So I got your doc ready, and now let's do this. All right, Lori, let's bring you in here. Lori, how are you? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. We might still be connecting to you, Lori. Chat, can you guys hear me? Hold on. Chat, am I good? You're not live on YouTube, by the way? Are you sure? Oh, it's unlisted. Thanks, Tiago. All right, let me fix that. Lori, you might need to... Here, I'm going to leave the call and join right back. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, Lori. All right. Tiago, thank you. Let me fix the YouTube live. Tiago, can you check if YouTube is live now? I just fixed that, and now let me try to join again. Okay. Testing, testing. Lori, can you hear me now? No. Looks like my mic is connected here. Unless... Testing, testing, Lori? All good with YouTube? Cool. Okay. I'm going to end this call real quick. Lori, I might just have to look at your account or your page via chat. Tiago, can I have you join a Google Meet real quick? Sorry, Lori, I'll be with you in just 1 second. I just want to test if if there's anything wrong with my audio. So let me create a new Google Meet. Tiago, if you have a second, can you just join in and let me know if you can hear me? I'll send this to you via Google Chat. And Lori, in the meantime, I will take a look at your page and give you some thoughts here. All right, Tiago. Google Meet link coming your way. If you want to just join so I can fix the audio. Sorry, chat, for technical difficulties. All right. Yes, cool. Okay. In the meantime, Lori, I'll be with you. I'll try to join the live in 1 second. I'm going to have Tiago join and just test my audio here. I was going to say I'll take a look at your page. Tiago, can you hear me? Oh, okay. It is my... Sorry, guys. It is my audio. All right, hold on. No, I can't hear. Hold on 1 second. All right, test. Tiago?
Yep.
There we go. Okay. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me through Google Meet?
Yes, I can. I'm trying to listen to you on the live. That's what I'm doing.
All right. So just to confirm, if you mute the live, you can still hear me on the Meet?
Yeah, I'm listening to you on the Meet.
Fantastic. Okay. Awesome, man.
All right.
Cool.
I did.
Alrighty. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay. Lori, That was probably totally my bad. If you want to try to join again, in the meantime, I'm going to pull up your page, and I'll share my screen as well. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I guess it happens. Okay, how about now? All right, Lori, I think I can hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
You hear me now?
There we go. Chat, sorry for all the technical difficulties. Lori, sorry for the technical difficulties as well. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes technology gets the better of me, I guess. So thank you for your patience.
That's okay. I'm. Hear me now? There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you, Lori. Yeah, I know. Best case scenario, or I guess best my best suggestion for you would just be to mute the live, just so it doesn't get too confusing. And we'll just talk over Google Meet. I know it's a little awkward since I don't have my camera on Google Meet, but yeah, feel free to just turn the audio down, and I'll share my screen here, so you could just focus on one screen. Let me know if you can see.
How about that?
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect.
Cool. I know it's a little funky setup. I'm still trying to get the hang of how to get all the pieces in place here. So, all right, Lori.
Okay. Yeah.
For the chat, can you tell us a little bit? And chat, let me know if you can hear Lori okay as well. Lori, if you could walk us through who you are, what your page is about, what are your goals with your page, and what are you primarily struggling with right now? Those are kind of the 4 questions I always ask.
Sure. Okay. So you want me to do that verbally, or you want me to do that in the chat? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
we're all good now. We're just having a conversation. Yeah. I know we were having a little bit of logistical hurdles, but we're good now.
Okay. So who am I? Yep. I had a yes. No.
Oh yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Okay. So really quickly, long story short, 30-year career, retired, opened this business and went all in full time a little over 6 years ago. Grew it to multiple 6 figures a year, working most specifically with women over 40 and really kind of focused on women over 50 who are struggling primarily with weight loss and perimenopause, menopausal issues. I have a high ticket offer where I work with them initially for 12 weeks. And then I have next level coaching. So that's ask me questions if that's not enough.
Okay. So I'm writing notes as you're talking. So I'm just going to repeat back what you said. So 30-year career. This career was separate from the business that you're doing now, or was this career aligned with what you're doing?
It seemed very separate, but then they sort of converged. So I was a graduate professor at Texas A&M, and then I was a public school teacher and then a graduate professor at Texas A&M, moved into administration and ultimately became vice president of instruction. So the way that it converges is I was responsible for all instructional facets. And so we had healthcare programs. I wrote like the pre-med programs, the nursing programs, occupational health, therapy programs, counseling programs, all of those kinds of things. So while I'm not an MD and I'm not an RN, for example, I wrote all the content and did all the accreditation for those things. And my area of study with my PhD is in rhetoric. And then the content area that I moved over to in writing and research was working was more female specific, empowerment, health, wellness, those kinds of things. And so there wasn't a plan for them to converge and me be doing this in retirement, but it worked out really well for that to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I have my own personal story with my health struggles that led me to why I'm actually doing this now.
And so if you can say it again. So you said, okay, first off, congratulations. You grew your business to multiple 6 figures a year. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I wrote down you're focusing on helping women over 40. It sounds like, what is the primary goal here? Is it to
the outcome for them, what their problem is?
Yes.
It's usually surface level, it's weight loss.
Okay.
But all the perimenopausal issues of this struggle in the second half of life are what converge, and come to surface. And so most often women come to me to lose weight, but they leave me saying, I didn't realize all these other things were going to be a result of us working together, and I'm just happier.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Very cool. I love that you have such a one thing that I love when I'm talking with people, just especially regarding content, is when their ideal audience is just a direct reflection of who they are. It seems like there's a lot of alignment there, which is awesome. So very cool. Okay, so we have that, and the goal, I'm assuming, with this page is to obviously help you grow the business, to get consistent acquisition. Okay, awesome.
Correct. And I don't really, I didn't focus on Instagram for quite a long time. I was more on the Facebook platform.
Okay.
And then I started kind of working with someone on a little bit of implementing using ads after organic growth for the first several years in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And they encouraged me to look more at Instagram. And so I don't really have a huge following, but I've really never, to be honest with you, had a huge following. I was able to message in a way that I guess converted. And so
Amazing.
I was one of those people that doesn't have a really big following, but was able to grow, a pretty significant revenue from that. Now, I will admit, you asked me, one of the things that I'm struggling with now is I think there's been, I won't kind of like lean into and try to use the excuse of an oversaturated market, but there has been an effect, I think, since, say COVID 2020 to 2020, mostly 2022, 2023, there did seem to be an influx in the market, and people are much sort of more in tune with how online marketing works, and they're much more skeptical because, frankly, there's just a lot of crappy people out there in the market.
Yeah.
And so you have to really grab attention a lot faster and hold people's attention for a lot longer before they make a buying decision, is what I'm finding. And I think I'm struggling a little bit with that over the last 12 to 18 months, I would say. So the growth has pretty stalled out. I'm not able to grow beyond where I was, if that makes sense.
Okay. And so first off, couple of things. I'm trying to think of where to start because I have a lot of notes here. Kudos to you where you are saying about your page where you're you don't not really have the biggest following or even the most views in the world, but that never stopped you from converting. Very similar to myself and Tiago in the chat. I had also had a partner. I had a photo and video business for realtors on a page where we had literally our average view video was 100, 200 views. And we were able to build. Now, we were never super successful, chat. I'm by no means a multimillionaire, but we were able to get our business to a 6-figure range through just content like this, just by having the right messaging. So kudos to you, Lori. The goal.
Thank you.
This is why I always ask, chat, just so you guys are aware, I always start by asking what the goal is, because views are, especially in a business owner world, views are so little priority for most people because of situations like this, where if you just have the messaging dialed, you can convert attention all day long. Now, Lori, what you said about people being more skeptical than before, I'm curious to hear a little bit, although I do believe what you're saying is true, I'm curious to hear how you came to that conclusion.
Yeah, so where I would typically, I could run, say, a webinar or a 3 to 5 day sort of free kind of challenge type of conversion event, and I would be able to enroll, say, anywhere from literally 200 to 600 women, and then I would have, I would pitch my program and get on sales calls and be booked out for weeks after that, right?
Okay.
That has decreased in terms of those numbers. But now also from what women are saying, when I am scheduling a call or I'm on a call with a woman and I'm talking to them about how they came to me, those kinds of things, it is not uncommon at all for me to hear, I've already worked with a coach and gotten burned. It didn't work for me. I wasn't, I paid $3,000 or whatever, and I didn't get what I was promised. And, or even more common, I'm talking to you, but I have calls scheduled with 3 or 4 other coaches, and I'll be choosing who I'm working with, that kind of thing. Yeah. Whereas I never had that a few years ago, you know?
Especially there was, I'll just give you guys a quick backstory. And Lori, how does your time look here? Because just so I know.
I'm good.
Okay. I'm just trying to think about how in depth I want to go with some of these discussion pieces. So chat, what Lori's saying, I experienced firsthand with Tiago, my business partner, Josh, who isn't in these live streams too much, but him and I had a photo and video business. He unfortunately had a medical emergency where he was no longer able to support us physically in the business. And so we had to move things online, where I was helping people like edit their photos and videos as well as run some of their ads. This is in the real estate space. Doing that as a 23-year-old, 24-year-old kid and trying to attract realtors via ads, it was successful for us, but we had this all day long where they're like, just like what you're describing, Lori. It's like I have 6 or 7 other people that I'm going to talk to who are going to help me with my, with my digital marketing. And so first thing, I don't want to start here, but I'll just give like a quick nugget on what we did in this situation. And then I have more questions for you, Lori, before we get into this. One thing that we used to do that did help us quite a bit was because we started to notice this recurring message in our sales calls where people were saying, hey, I've been burned by, especially with us, they were like, I've been burned by every marketing agency under the sun. I've been burned by X, Y, and Z. We started just calling that out in our ads when we were doing that. So we would just start with that in mind of like, hey, I know you guys have been burned by X, Y, and Z, or like, hey, if you're X, whatever the avatar is, if you're X avatar and you've been burned by every company under the sun, blah, 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 blah. It's similar to what I do now, chat. It's my organic. Like I tell you guys in all of my content that I'm not an expert, and I frame things in a way where I'm trying people's advice because I know that people have been burned or people are overwhelmed by content advice currently. Mm-hmm. And so like one quick nugget, this is not going to be the central point of this discussion, but one thing that has helped me with both the paid media side and chat, by no means am I saying I'm an expert or I made millions of dollars, anything like that. I'm just saying one thing that has helped me to not only convert people to followers, but also dollars in the past has been to just call out some of these recurring messages that people are telling me. So if Lori, for example, is getting a lot of people on sales calls saying they're talking to 3 or 4 coaches, or that they've been burned by a coach or what have you, using that up front, basically the objection up front, has helped me in a paid ad landscape, as well as organic, as well as just one-to-one sales. All of those apply. So, but again, not the central point of this discussion. Lori, hopefully that's just like a quick.
No, it's super helpful. Yeah,
quick
thank
nugget.
you.
Let's keep going though. Okay. So here's what I have so far. And I know I'm just sharing your Instagram. We might look at some of your videos here. On the side of my screen, I'm actually writing down all these notes here. So let me share real quick. I'll just share with you what I got here. So here's what I have so far, Lori. You said, okay, you were running ads. People were more skeptical than before. You used to run a webinar. And with this webinar ad, you used to enroll basically like 200 to 600 women. That has decreased. We didn't really get into the specifics on how much that decreases. Doesn't matter. I'm curious, what do you use for your, and I'm not going to have all this discussion focus on paid, but these are just some of my first questions for you. What have you been using for your paid ad creative for these webinar ads?
Well, we've tested a variety of things. So there were webinar ads. There were also events, like multiple day events, free events that were conversion events and transformative events for women. So we tested static images. We tested talking head reels. We've tested B-roll content. Okay. We've also tested doing retargeting to just some of the content, which when somebody, clicks
Sure.
on the ad, then, retargeting them.
Sure.
And to be really honest too, it got more difficult to be, it got more expensive too. Like,
Yes.
what the changes that Meta made in the last couple of years with some of the loss of control of targeting and those kinds of things just made those ads, not as effective. I mean, I've always had a pretty good, I don't want to complain because if anybody's on here paying a lot of money for, when it was working well, I was paying at the most like $7 per lead.
Okay.
Sometimes we were getting leads in for about $3 a lead, sometimes even $2 a lead, but it's gotten increasingly more difficult.
Got it.
And in fact, I just today paused an ad to my sort of newest attempt was a quiz lead. I mean, quiz,
quiz funnel.
even, yeah. And it was the click through and the lead acquisition cost was really pretty good, but the conversion to client has not panned out. So I paused that, and I'm promoting actually something else right now that I've revamped. The former transformation experience that I did that was a 3-day or a 5-day. I've revamped that. I've updated it and revamped it, and I'm turning it into a different kind of experience and event. And I'm getting organically, I'm just promoting that organically, and I'm getting quite a bit of traction with that. So that's kind of a test for me.
And chat, and Lori, when I say chat, I'm speaking to the chat, but also you at the same time. So to everyone here, I'm stepping a little bit out of my scope. This discussion for ads, like, just so everyone's aware, like, I am by no means an ads expert. That's going to be Tiago. Tiago is very experienced with ads. So if you guys have any questions, Tiago, message in the chat or something. But for Lori, the reason why I'm asking just some of these ad questions is just to see if I can give you at least 1 or 2 quick pieces of direction from what I've learned so far. Again, I'm not claiming to know much. My knowledge in terms of paid advertising versus organic is, I think I know vastly more about organic than I do paid. What I do know from people much smarter than me about paid is they will use, at least this current time period, they will use their best performing pieces of organic as ads. So when I say best performing pieces of organic, I'm sure you're already doing this, right, Lori?
Yeah, okay, we've done several.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure we're in the right direction. Okay. Awesome. Let's sideline the paid ad stuff because that's going to be out of my wheelhouse a little bit, but let's talk about organic. So we have the primary goal is to get clients. You mentioned that you've been doing just fine. So let me pull up your Instagram. You've been doing just fine attracting clients up until now. You said it's been slowing down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you were to give me like rough estimates, obviously it doesn't have to be perfect. When you're saying like, I'm doing just fine up until now, what are we talking?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many people are reaching out to you via your content? And is it are you seeing a pool of people reaching out to you based on one video, or is it a handful of videos? What does this look like?
No, it's a smattering. So
Okay.
I do a lot of, connection work in the DMs, but I would say over the last 12 to 15, 12 to 15 months or so, drastic decrease in like response rate with DMs, follow-ups. It's just, I wouldn't say it even dropped off a little bit. I would say it dropped off quite a bit. I mean, there's quite a bit more effort that's having to go into converting clients, setting calls, converting clients. Now, to be fair, I'm not willing to take on, 30 or 40 clients at a time anymore either. I wanted to slow down. So, that's a part of it, but there's definitely been a slowdown and a decrease where I have to pedal more, hustle more, figure out more. It's not like I, put up a post. And I also have a free group on Facebook that has, I don't know, about 7,000 women in it. Year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I could put a post up in that and say, I'm looking to enroll 8 clients, 10 clients, whatever. Drop a comment if you want me to send you a DM and let's talk. I would have comment.
Yep. And what happens when you do that over here on Reels? Like when's the last time you posted something like that?
I really, to be honest, I don't do it that direct, that positioning. I haven't done it that directly where it's like, hey, I'm going to take on 5 clients or whatever. And that's probably a really good point that you're making.
So we'll get to that. I'm definitely putting that as an asterisk. I see that you have a story here. Let's just take out your stories.
I've been busy today. I haven't been in.
No.
But go ahead.
Everything. By the way, this goes to you, Lori, and everyone in the chat. You guys are going to get sick of me saying I'm not an expert, but I always preface that because every question that I have for you, Lori, and for the chat is not a judgment question or statement. Like, I'm by no means in a position of authority where I can say you need to be doing this or that. I'm just genuinely asking questions to see what you are doing and see how I can give you what I'm doing in my life, see where the parallels are, and hopefully give you some direction. So
Yeah.
I'm not
I'll
here to
tell
like
you what I typically
give
do,
you a
Sean, is
pop quiz on stories or anything like that.
no, gotcha. And I'm happy for you go ahead and ask all the questions you want. I will tell you what I typically do in stories
Yeah.
on a day, and I am more active on some days than others. But what I typically try to do at a minimum, which I didn't do today, is I typically try to do some kind of mix of just my real life, who I am, and at least one something connected to the business, one or two slides. So it may
Okay.
be like right now I'm in a promotion sort of cycle for a free group, the one that I'm re-envisioning, and I'm doing it differently. And so it has been a promotion of that in different ways. Also showing like past sort of clips of excerpts of, quotes from women who did this sort of experience, that kind of thing. But typically I do a mix of personal life, because I really truly believe that I get clients because, I mean, there are a million other people doing what I do, but I get clients because people are following me, and it's not so much like the expertise that I have on nutrition or metabolism or whatever, right? It's just that they choose to get it from me rather than who else. So I try to show my personality, in my life, so they know something about who I am and how I live and how I think and my point of view and that kind of thing. Good, bad, ugly, all of it,
Yeah. And I think what you're saying, that makes a whole lot of sense to me. So awesome. Cool. Okay. 2 last questions for you. And then
Sure.
I know you guys have been like eating your popcorn, waiting for me to actually give some direction here. So trust me, like I'm building all the pieces in my mind of where to take this. Okay, 2 last questions for you, Lori. First off, let's start with this. How much time, and this goes for everyone in the chat too, because what I'm about to tell Lori after these questions, I'm going to give some experiments for her to try. They're going to be pointed pieces of direction. And I don't want this to be interpreted as you need to be doing all of these activities. So my question to Lori is, how much time do you typically dedicate a week to content? There is no right or wrong answer. I'm just trying to understand, what does your day-to-day look like? Because I don't want to overwhelm you with a ton of tasks to try.
No, and I'm really pretty good at prioritizing and taking a lot of input. So you overwhelm me, and I'll filter through it and make good decisions about it. So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I probably spend at least 2 hours a day on content. Now, having said that, and sometimes more, I'll be honest with you, but I really interweave a lot of material. So I have a podcast. I have a YouTube channel. I do reels here. I think about how the difference between what reel could look like in terms of what gets more attention on the Facebook platform. So I post on TikTok, not as regularly. So one idea may turn into a YouTube short, a reel, a carousel tomorrow, a static image post, an article I write on Substack, and a podcast episode. So when I say I spend a few hours a day on content, it really gets a lot of traction, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. Second question for you, and then I think I'm ready to give you hopefully some direction, or at least ideas to try. How are you? Actually, I lied. I might ask you one other follow-up question, but it'll be quick. My next question for you is, how are you coming up with, you mentioned that you're posting a ton of these pieces of content. You mentioned Substack, podcast, Reels, YouTube.
Yep.
And it seems like when I'm just scrolling, like just by looking at this, you're just kind of like going about your day, an idea comes to your mind, you're posting, which I love. But I'm curious, like, how do these ideas come about for you when posting?
So yes, a lot of times you're right. My idea comes to mind. It may be from an interaction that I'm having with someone in the DMs, those kinds of things. I take those conversations and turn them into content a lot. Cool. It also, I hope it does come off like, oh, I just had a thought and I'm doing that, but it's not always just that happenstance. Like I will think about kind of what I want to happen and then reverse engineer that plan,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. So I'm planting seeds because I know, for example, with this event that I'm hosting, I planted seeds for a week or two before I started talking about doing that so that people would want that thing that I was going to launch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I may not be explaining that very well, but did I
Yeah.
answer your question?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So we have that. There's again no right or wrongs. Just writing notes here because I have a couple ideas on where to go with this.
Great.
Last question for you, and then I'll stop asking questions and I'll give you some ideas. Is there a piece of content as I'm just scrolling? I'm just kind of observing like surface level just by looking at the
Sure.
covers. I'm kind of clicking around, just looking. Is there one piece of content that you've noticed a lot of people reference or have come to you because of this video, or yeah, video in particular? Like, I knew I wanted to work with you after seeing this video. Anything that comes to mind?
Um, Not any one particular thing that comes to mind. I get
Okay.
that a lot with women who say they listen to my podcast,
Oh,
they
nice.
followed me on social media, and it's like you make sense to me. So it's more of a combination of following for a while, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
um, that kind of thing. Then it's just like this one hook got them.
Love it. Love it. Very cool. Okay, I mean that's even better. If people are referencing your podcast, that's super long form compared to short form. So awesome. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple ideas here. These are just simply ideas.
Sure.
I don't believe, chat. This is a very like strong stance that I have. Me personally, I don't believe that there are any rules to content at all. I can share you guys. The reason why I do these exercises with you guys is so that I can share what has worked with me and maybe it works for you. But I don't believe like what I'm about to say is the only way to do things. So just want to make that clear. Now for Lori, let me make sure I'm. Let me just share my whole screen. Sorry, I'm getting a little carried away here. Okay. So, a couple of things that I noticed. One thing I'm gonna kind of rapid fire some ideas. One thing you mentioned is right here. I took note of. You're not posting. You mentioned like if I post on Facebook a post where I say, "Hey, I'm accepting 5 people into my program." A lot of people respond. I asked you if you do it on Reels. You mentioned not often. So my first experiment for you, and sorry, the formatting on all this is just going to be a little wacky. I'm doing this live, so you can maybe clean it up after, I guess. But first experiment, post. Just post one. I'm just going to keep it very basic. Like just post one video where you explain. So you said it's a Facebook post, right? I'm assuming it's just an image where you say I'm accepting, like it's literally just text on
typically.
screen. Fantastic. Fantastic. I love posts like that. I do this on Threads all the time. Threads is like, I'm sure you're familiar with Threads, but chat, if anyone's not familiar with Threads, it's basically like Instagram's Twitter. I will post things. Obviously it's just a text platform. So I'll post things. When certain posts get traction, I'll just read that as a script for a reel. And so my first experiment for you is to post one video where you say exactly what you said in the Facebook post that got you comments. Like very simple. I'm trying to like keep these as simple as possible for you to implement. So whatever that Facebook post was, literally change nothing else about the video and just like how you've been doing, have the camera face your face, read whatever you said in the Facebook post. There you go. I'm assuming it's like some attractive offer. You probably had some scarcity of like, I'm only accepting 5 people. Maybe you have some conditions in it, whatever. Cool. That's the first experiment. What I'm trying to get at with this experiment is you will find, and I'll say this a little bit more authoritatively because this happens to me. I do this experiment once a week. So I post on stories, which is going to be the next thing that I'm going to talk about. But I do this experiment once a week. I'll do it on stories and I'll make an offer. And I noticed that anytime you give an offer to people, especially because you're saying that people are following you from your podcasts, people are interacting with you on Facebook, if you give an offer out, you are basically asking the audience to engage with you back. And so if you put this post up, nobody responds to your video, well then okay, I experimented with this, nobody responded. Let me change the offer, or let me change the words I say, and let me try it again. All I do once a week is I just try to figure out, like here, I'll just share on my Instagram. I actually have a video of me experimenting with this live. Let's see here. So I do this, literally I do it on my stories. You can do it on, sorry, this is the wrong one. Hold on. I do this on my stories. You can do this on Reels as well. I'm just asking the audience to engage. And I typically will give some sort of, for me, like I'm giving a free offer. For you, if you're doing 5 people to the program, that's totally fine too. I'm just asking for someone to engage. Now, people, out of the people that responded to this one, I think like there was probably 5 people that responded to this one. So I was like, okay, that's a good sign, but let me see if I can change the framing. So I made this one. Again, I just tweaked the messaging a little bit. I took a screenshot of someone that sent me a message. I put a cheeky sentence afterwards, and I did the same thing. And then this one got double the amount of people that responded just by me. I'm just playing around with words, basically. So the first experiment for you can do this again on stories. You can do this on a reel, is just post a reel. You could just try it once where you give your offer out. And if people engage with that, okay, this is good. I'll just do this basically like once. You could do it once a month. You could do it once every couple of weeks. You could do it once a week if you wanted. Totally up to you. And if nobody responds, then you could try experiment 2, which is to basically do this on your stories, Instagram or Facebook. Now, the key that I've found with stories, I'm not a stories expert by any means, but whenever I say reply a keyword, help if you want in, the more people that reply to it, the more that Instagram pushes the story out. I have a video of me doing this live in case anyone is curious or skeptical at anything I'm saying. Watch this video here. I tested this live, so you could see me literally do exactly what this actually could be an interesting video for you to try. This experiment here, I'll just link it. Because that one resulted actually, you know what? Let me give this to you. Try this experiment. Because this one I got 15 people that messaged me for a one-on-one call. So just by doing this, it's literally just me putting up a story, but it's an interesting way to do it. So I'll give you this. Try this. All I'm saying here is just put an offer out more. If people aren't coming to you, try to put an offer out. Now, the caveat here is you don't want to, from what I've learned from the actual experts, is you don't want to just ask. Obviously, you want to give, whatever the saying is, jab, right hook.
Jab, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, try it. You could try it, once. You could try it once a week. I've been doing it basically once a week. I don't see, I just do it once a week on my stories. That one of these where it's reply, help if you want, whatever. You could do it once a month, whatever. But what I've found is if I can make a very attractive offer, for example, you might do I have 5 people left for the one-on-one program, or maybe you have some sort of freebie offer that people are interested in that you can ask people to reply, and then you just get more conversations than DM. I know, for example, just maybe to jog or at least give you some more ideas. I know that when I put, so I'm gonna share this with you because this might be helpful. I know when I put this offer out, people respond to it, especially in the chat. A lot of people, or at least the people that were in here earlier, are messaging me saying hey, I want to hop on a call and help and stuff. I know this is an attractive offer because of the industry I'm in, where there's all these coaches similar to you. People have been burned by coaches and so on and so forth. I know when I put an offer out like this, here's a, a free one-on-one call. I'm not saying that you should do this, by the way. I'm just saying that these stories have helped me gain replies because I'm giving some sort of attractive offer to people that I know people want. That's going to look a little bit different from you as a business owner, obviously, but you might already have found some offers that work, like you said with your Facebook post. So at the end of the day, again, basic experiment, post one video, do it on your story. You could try this technique if you want. It's just like a quick way to get a quick win, basically.
Sounds good.
This is the first experiment. Is this making sense so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I have a couple of ideas of ways that I can do this.
Cool.
With what I'm doing right now. Yeah. So
fantastic.
Works.
Cool. Okay. So that's the first experiment. The second one is, here's another thing that has helped me. I'm going to give you kind of like 3 that have helped me quite a bit. These, like I did it on this. I'll just do this one I posted yesterday. So this video I'm going through, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm giving some sort of valuable information away, and then I do the comment a keyword. And so people are commenting the word script, and I give them over a script that I use to help me with a recent video. Do you do any of these, like comment a keyword, and I'll send you over a free lead magnet? Okay.
Yes.
How often do you do those?
It just really kind of depends on like what the cycle is in terms of like launch. Right now we're in kind of a launch mode for a conversion event. So I haven't done it in quite a while. I will tell you though, and this may go against what you think, Sean, but I don't use chat bots. I don't use ManyChat or anything like that. I oftentimes in my messaging, I talk about how you're actually talking to me. And so when I do that, when I say like, send me keyword, I'll do something like, give me some grace. It may take me a little bit of time depending on how many of you message me, because you're actually talking to me, because I want to get that into them. You know what I mean? Like I want to,
I'm a big fan of that.
Okay.
Totally. I don't, like I said, I'm very much, if there's one thing that I really stand firmly on, is that I don't think that there are like any rules or sides or anything. So like, I don't think you being against chatbots, I think that's totally valid. Me using it, whatever.
And that comes from, absolutely. And that comes from what I've learned from what my clients and people who have come to me for help have said.
There you go.
They don't like that. They realize very quickly, these are intelligent, usually highly educated women, and they can spot a chatbot, in an instant, and they want the one-on-one. So I'll take those kinds of things. And that's, feedback. It's the teacher in me, feedback and changing the way that you do things based on what's best for people, what people prefer, what speaks to them, that kind of thing. And they've said over and over, one of the things I like about you, or one of the reasons that I went with you or whatever, is because when I talk to you, I know I'm actually talking to you.
Okay. Fantastic. I'm so glad you brought that up. Chat, hopefully you guys will find this valuable too. Unknown, yes. Do I use ManyChat? I actually use I use a tool called Go High Level, but yes, ManyChat does that as well. So to Lori's point, what Lori just mentioned is that she found something that basically is a unique advantage for her. People are so burned out by these chatbots, like the one that I showed you. I think that's totally valid. I could totally see why people are against these robots, especially in an AI world. Lori is more personalized. So an experiment that you could do, Lori, is, again, you can determine the frequency. I don't think there's any rules behind this. You can do this once a week. You could do this once every couple of days. It's up to you. You could try to make a video, one of your more valuable videos, and end the video by saying like, hey, just like you said, I don't do chatbots. So if you are interested in more of this information, if you're seriously interested in this information, I'd be happy to send you something personalized, whatever. Ending a video like that, or even having it in like this video, for example, I didn't have at the end of the video, I didn't say like comment a keyword. I just had a comment here that said, PS, if you want this, you could do, this is a very simple thing that you could do in one of your more valuable pieces of content, where you say like, PS, if, I don't do chatbots. So if you are seriously interested in more of this information, reply to this comment and I'll reach out to you personally, That way you can kind of gauge that way you're kind of filtering who's interested, who's not. I actually, what you said about like, give me some grace, that was the first message here. So I deleted it, but yesterday, because I posted this yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't have my bot set up. And so I said, P.S. if you want my script, give me some grace. I don't have I said, I don't have my robot guy set up yet. So
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. And so a lot of people commented, and then I had the robot guy set up, and that's all good. I've found that like just little quirky comments like this on more of your valuable videos could go a long way, but really leverage that unique advantage that, hey, I don't use a chatbot. And so the experiment I'd give you again is all we're doing here is just basically giving out offers a little bit more. Not in every video, but again, once a week. Let's say you have a valuable video that you're talking about XYZ. You could end the video or have a comment in the comment section saying like, I don't do chatbots. So if you're seriously interested, and maybe this is a video where you're showing like, is there something, let me think here. Is there something that you typically show people in your program? Like a plan, a routine, a planner, some sort of system, something that you'd be able to visually demonstrate in a video?
That's a good question. I'm sure there are things like that, but I'm thinking of what might translate to a video like that, almost like a demonstration type of thing.
Yeah, so like this video, for example, I'm sharing a script that I used. In your case, if you have a program and people are paying, for your expertise as well as your content inside it, you probably have some sort of planner or resource or I wouldn't know exactly, but something that people can actually take home with them that you probably show on calls or something. I don't know. What does that typically look like? Is it because
so it would look like there are several different things. I'm trying to like think what would translate from like the business coaching world to like what I'm doing. But there are a lot of what I also do is I work with women who are really super busy professionally. And so part of my unique kind of, positioning is that what I do and what I teach you to do fits into your real life. You're not trying to fit these kinds of strategies that I'm teaching you.
Love it.
You're not trying to fit your life around them. You fit them. And so, for example, maybe this could be a how-to kinds of thing. I help women with how do they eat during the day when they're trying to stay focused on their health and they don't have time for meal prepping and yada yada. For example, real estate agents, they're in their car a lot of times. Some of my clients will be real estate agents or teachers too, and so I show them a way to put meals together that are kind of like grab and go sorts of meals that you don't have to prep. So something like that, I could probably translate that into a how-to.
So let me ask
or
you,
demonstration.
Yeah. Well, so now we're doing a good back and forth here. So when you say you show people how to do that, how do you show them?
It may be on coaching calls that I do. I do group coaching calls. I do one-on-one coaching with my highest level, high ticket clients, but we also have group coaching calls. And so I walk through the process. A lot of times walking through the process though is walking through the mental process of the kind of thinking and identity shifting that women have to do. So maybe that would even be a better type of demonstration, if you will, things that I do on my coaching calls.
Yeah, I've noticed for me, and again, I'll always preface, I'm just going to beat everyone's head over this, like, especially since we're talking a little bit more about like converting attention. This is more the business side. So take everything that I say, like I'm just basically speaking from my experience. I've noticed that when I am visually demonstrating something like this, like I knew this would get a lot of attention because I'm visually demonstrating a script. When you're saying like I show people how to walk through the mental process, I'm imagining when you hop on a group call, I am assuming they're not just looking at your face talking. I'm assuming you're probably sharing your screen and showing some sort of presentation. If that's the case, then there might be, if you're showing a presentation to the ladies, there might be something in there where you're like, oh, I know people really like these slides here. Can I show that in a video somehow? Again, you could do it in a green screen. You could do it as a, just a phone to camera or whatever. You could test that as an experiment just because these typically for me have done well. Whenever I'm visually demonstrating basically a resource that could be beneficial to the audience. And then if you use that, comment a keyword, and if you're seriously interested, now okay, some people are interested in, this is the same presentation I give to my high ticket people, whatever. Now you can start a conversation that way. So
yeah. No, that's great. And I used to do Facebook Lives in the group, the free community that I have there, and I've gotten away from that. But that idea, taking that to the more public platform, would be a good way, I think, to take what you're saying and turn it into more public.
Totally. And it doesn't have to get super complicated. Hopefully this language makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm basically just thinking, like, if someone signs up with your program, you're not just giving them one-on-one coaching. I mean, for me, like,
right,
one of the main value adds for me when I've paid for coaching is just accountability, but also there are other resources that are typically given to me, whether it's
I have
blah. And so
content modules that are filled with all of that my clients get, so I can go through and figure out.
So there might be some deliverables there where you could, again, it doesn't have to get overly complicated. It could be like, I keep my content pretty basic with green screen. You don't always have to do green screen. You could literally just have I don't know, maybe you have a piece of paper that's while you're filming your phone, or filming
Google
phone.
Docs. I have Google Docs
Google
that
Docs
have a lot of that demonstration on.
That's all this is. This is a Google Doc. And so I'm like, hey, if you want it, I'll just send the Google Doc over to you. And then from this, I had someone yesterday, which chat, again, not an expert, so I'll just tell you guys what happened here with this story. So I posted this video. This is from yesterday. A lot of people commented script. Now, because I'm not an expert, I have a full-time job. I don't think that I'm qualified to go out there and basically like sell a whole bunch of stuff yet, because I don't have the expertise. And so in the DMs, when people comment script, I send them the script, that's it, and I just basically take them to my YouTube. But I had someone yesterday reach out and said, hey, how can I pay you for one-on-one consultation, after I sent them this? And so that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I'm giving you this experiment, Lori, because this is top of mind. This happened to me literally 12 hours ago. So it could be something I've noticed, and this has happened every time that I've shared like a any sort of visual resource that I think could be helpful. So could be good in your case for converting more of that attention. And that's the second thing. I'm going to give you one more, and then hopefully that's good. Is there any other questions we have, Lori, at this point from you? Do you have any questions?
No, I'm good. Go ahead. Keep going.
All right. Chat, is this making sense so far? Hopefully I'm not going off the rails too much. Okay. So, again, I'm trying to keep these experiments as simple as possible. So basically post an offer is all this is, and then try to visually show some of the deliverables and say, comment X if you're seriously interested, but lead with the I don't do chatbots thing. That's a unique advantage for you. I think people would like that. Now, the last thing I have for you is if I go to your page, one thing that I've always benefited from, I'm sure you can relate to this as well, is if my goal is to convert more attention, I've benefited from the how do I think about this? I guess the specificity in my content. That's probably the simplest way I could describe it. And so if I'm looking for example, like this is probably, what is this video about here? I just saw after 40, so I'm like, okay, this is probably good. What is?
I'm talking about the event that I have coming up.
Okay.
I'm almost positive that's what that one is. Yeah.
One thing that, like, when I'm just, obviously I'm not your ideal client, so I'm going to give you like outside feedback. When I'm looking, just like visually scrolling through the page, I'm not like crystal clear on who the page is for. This is just outside feedback. Nothing I'm saying, by the way.
No, that's
like,
good.
This is not like a rule of thumb. This is not going to make or break your business. Obviously, you're crushing it. So I'm just telling you, like, if you're looking to take this to the next level, one thing that could be an interesting experiment is how can I make it super obvious to someone that if someone's over 40, they're dealing, or their goal is weight loss, they're dealing with these problems. As soon as they hit my page, they know this page is for them. And so one of the ways you could do that is by, like, this is probably good. You're using midlife weight loss, right? Like, that's okay. If I saw a ton of videos about midlife weight loss or whatever problems are these clients are coming to you with on your sales calls, if you start using that terminology in the majority of your videos, that specificity, I think, will help with any new people, especially if you're running ads. Do you run ads for people to land on your profile, like profile visit ads?
Not currently. I have
Okay.
before. Yeah.
That question is not a suggestion, by the way. I'm just,
Sure.
I don't do any profile visit ads on my page. I'm not here to say like if it's wrong or right, but just curious. However people are finding you, if it's from organic content, if it's from DMs, if it's from your podcast, an interesting experiment would be, how can I make the next, let's just say the next 10 videos super specific to my ideal client? And how you could do that is by just taking your sales calls, and you could use something like, do you have your sales calls recorded, like on Google Meet or anything, or Zoom?
Yes.
You could put
Zoom.
you could put all your Zoom sales calls into AI. You could put it into Claude. You could put it into ChatGPT even, probably. I think Claude's probably the best at this. If you put all your sales calls into chat and just say, can you extract all the core problems from these videos? Those are your new ideas. And if you make all of your videos centered around the problems that you're... Now, granted, these sales calls should be from people that signed up as clients with you.
Yeah. Gotcha.
If you take those problems, use those as ideas for your content, and even like this, by what I'm about to say is not going to make or break your business at all. But one thing you could even do if you wanted to go above and beyond is just like the text on screen, and like the covers of your videos. If I were to just scroll and I saw a whole bunch of content that's about like, how to fix midlife weight loss, how to do, or whatever, like insert problem from your client here, insert problem from your client here, just from the text alone, especially if you're running ads, what people typically do with ads, what I've learned is they will click the profile to see if the person's legit. And if you're running ads to a cold audience that has no idea who you are, and they click your profile and they're like, I'm not really sure what, this lady's talking about, that could potentially, not a paid ads expert here, but that could be a reason why you might be experiencing some dips, versus if you are running cold traffic ads to people who have never heard of you, they hit your profile and they see a ton of reels that are just boom, problem from your ideal client here, problem from your ideal client here, problem from your ideal client here, problem from your ideal client here. That could help you, that experiment, increase your conversion. I can't say for certain, I don't believe in absolutes, but that if I were to bet, I would assume that would probably increase the likelihood that you would close more people. That would be my assumption.
Yeah.
So
good experiment.
Yeah, that would be my experiment.
Sounds good.
I call everything experiments because I don't believe in like doing this is going to make or break your business, but try it out.
Yeah, no, and I love that. I love that because I like the creative side of what this business affords me in terms of opportunity to be creative. I'm a writer, and so I really do enjoy content, and I like trying things, and it's fun.
Fantastic. I'm gonna write this last experiment out to you, and then I'll send this to you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome, Lori. Anything else?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I know, I appreciate what you're doing. You pop up in my feed all the time.
Thank you very much.
And so, I enjoy your content, and, good luck to you too, as you grow your business.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Hopefully one day I can be like you. So I'm in terms
of,
please. in terms of business advice, I might come to you. If I can ask you real quick before you go, this also, the reason why I'm asking you this is because this might be an idea that you can try as well. You mentioned that my content pops up on your feed. Is there specific videos of mine that you decided to follow me from?
I think I've probably first saw you when you were talking about yapping. Okay. And I have a little bit in a way, though, I have a little bit of an issue with the whole yap thing.
I do too. I do too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Not that I don't, listen, I've been I have been training to be a yapper since the year I was born in 1969. So
Yeah.
it's not that. Let me, and you see talking head reels all over my video. So it's not that. It's just, we could talk for hours, but I think that's when you popped up.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Yes, I agree with what you're saying about yapping being sometimes it's just a little bit overcomplicated. I might have contributed to that in the past. So, yeah, I appreciate it, Lori. But I wanted to ask you that question because that might be an exercise that you can do with any clients that you sign up as well. Ask them where they found you from, what content specifically, and then you know where to go from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
always. And so, and I'll tell you just really quick, I'll tell you, when I think about letting go of my podcast,
Yeah.
it inevitably I get a DM that says, I found you because of your podcast,
Oh,
or
yeah.
I close a client. I stuck with you and sent a message to get a call because of your podcast. I'm like, shit.
Yep. Yep. That's always how
So,
it's gone for me as well. So I totally hear you.
Thank you
Awesome,
so
Lori.
much, Sean.
Thank you so much. I'll send this doc over to you shortly.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right, chat. So we're done with Lori. Let me finish this doc for her, and then what time do we got here? We got 4:15. Anyone want to hop on a 10-minute call? I can do 10 more minutes, or let's just call it 15 more minutes. Let me type this in though. Austin says if you look up Claude video skill on Google, there's a skill that can allow the AI to transcribe a video. Ask Claude to tell you how the skill works and how to use it. Very helpful. Cool. Are you doing any more? Yeah, of course. Unknown. I'll do yeah. If anyone wants to do a 10-minute, 15-minute, let me finish this for Lori and then let's do it. Unknown. Give me 1 second. I said take your sales calls of clients who signed up. Ask AI to give you the problems that they all share. Then make those problems your content ideas. Have those problems be the text on screen in your videos. So all right, hopefully that makes sense, Lori. Sending this over. Sorry that all of this is not neatly formatted. So, yeah, of course. Let me send this over to you right now, Lori. Formatting is not my forte. So, all right, unknown. Let me get the chat ready for you. Sending this over to Lori. Let me make sure that this is cool. All right. Sweet. Okay. Thanks for letting me take so much time. Hope the discussion was helpful for you too. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, chat. Hopefully you guys found that discussion with Lori valuable. We're gonna have Unknown on. Awesome, 1J. Thank you so much. We're gonna have Unknown on real quick. We'll do about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll close out for today. Any questions that you guys have, chat? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Awesome. What's up, Caesar? Good to see you, man. Omer, thank you for joining. Let me make sure I get to everyone's DMs before we get Unknown on. Andres, thanks for following me. Beefcake. Hopefully Beefcake's still in here. Love that name, man. Beefcake maxing. Beefcake. Yes, let's definitely connect. All right. Unknown. Sending this to you now. Unknown awakened. All right. Unknown awakened. Oh, dude. UNK. Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. Cool. Cameron. All right. Cameron, just sent it over to you, my friend. In the meantime, let me see if I can share my screen here. Cool. Yep, got it. All right. Here's our next guest, chat. We're gonna do a quick rapid fire round here. So this is gonna be 10. This is gonna be like a 15-minute call. We're gonna try to. This will be a good exercise for me because I feel like I yap too much. How do I join? Looks like you just did, my friend. All right, Cameron, what's going on, man? Oh shoot, dude. Did I screw up the audio again? Hold on. No. Chat, I'm having the worst day with audio. Hold on, Cameron. Hold on. Cameron, can you speak real quick? Oh yeah, I can't. Okay, I can't hear you on any of my audio. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, how about that?
There we go.
My audio.
There we go. Dang, is that what I sound like? My voice sounds awful. How do you guys listen to me, man? Yeah, I can hear you now, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
How about that? There we go. My audio. There we go.
Yeah.
Dang, is that what I sound?
I was about to say, feel free to just mute the live. I know it's a little bit of a
Yeah. I gotta mute it now.
A unique experience where you and I are talking on the meet, but then it's delayed on the live. So I get it, man. All right, Cameron, let's do it, man. How can we help?
Okay, so I just started posting only like a month and a half ago.
Cool.
And I pretty much, make music, but I also build guitars and stuff.
So sick. Okay.
And I also have been posting my journey to quitting my past addiction to smoking. But I don't know. I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I would just love any feedback overall.
Dude, seems like you're crushing it, man. Have you posted content before?
No. I posted like maybe 3 videos like 2 years ago.
Dude, for someone that's been posting for a month and a half, you're crushing it, man. Just like the text on screen here. It sounds simple when I say this, like when I make these observations, but with the amount of people that like I know that I mean, I used to speak with people on a daily basis years ago where like they couldn't even figure out how to put text on screen or how to like this right here, breaking a 5-year addiction. Like even, I don't know if it was subconsciously crafted that way or if you like thought about, hey, I think this would be a good hook or whatever. I mean, really well done, dude. Really well done.
Yeah. Well, when I first started, I took them all off now, but I was just doing like nostalgia edits because we were promoting a song.
Yeah.
But they all did terrible. And so I just started noticing, hey, when I'm posting stuff about the stuff that I've made and put my song on top, it does a lot better.
Sick.
And I was doing like trial reels, putting some with text, some with no text. And I've just found like pretty much across the board, it always works better with text.
So cool, dude. Okay. So I'm going to give you a very anticlimactic answer to start, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper. Hopefully I can give you some more value here.
Cool.
I have, let me pull up the Google Doc. So as I pull this up, let me just give some general context to everyone here, Cameron, you, as well as the chat. If there's one thing that I wish like you guys could take away from my mindset, and this is not right or wrong, I tell you guys all the time I'm not an expert, but one thing that I would love for you guys to maybe consider is I do not believe that there are any rules in content. Okay, so like I always make that statement because I know, especially like with the more times I'm talking to you guys are getting good quick. Like when I was making content first starting out, this is what my content journey looks like. That's why I put this document together. And I'm noticing more and more people, like Cameron's been posting a month and a half and he's already figuring out the game pretty well. Like you already had a video that got whatever, 600,000 views or something. Bro, you guys are getting good quick. I'm not, out of all my years of posting content, I'm not used to speaking to people who are like leveling up this quick. And so I always say this, I always preface that I don't believe there are any rules because what I'm about to say is what I personally believe my journey And so that's why I'm saying I'm going to give you an anticlimactic answer, but I'll give you some other things just to, thank you, Venka. I really appreciate it. I'll give you some other things that could be valuable. So when I first started, Cameron, just to give you some context, my only goal was to just post content consistently. That was it. Like I just was like, I just want to post every single day. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to start off with the anticlimactic and then I'll get into it.
Yeah, that's actually kind of what me and my homie were doing, where we're like, goal is to post consistent and get better at editing, not to have the song do good or to have any video blow up.
And dude, your last video is at 70,000 views. Like that's what I'm saying. You guys are getting good quick, man. You guys are getting good quick. But for me, in my journey, especially like when I was only a month and a half into content, I was trying to not focus on a whole bunch of strategy. Although I talk a lot about like strategy in my content as well as with some of these lives, I'll give like some experiments and whatnot. That's just throughout my journey, I've kind of gravitated that way. As I started to post more and more content, I eventually wanted to post better content. Right here, I wanted to make better content. But especially in your space, as a musician, more of the artsy type, like my first instinct before we even get into how I can help you is like, dude, you're doing dope shit. Like, let's just post more of that dope shit. You know, like you have yourself in the studio here. You have yourself playing the piano. You have the fretless electric here. What is this video just showing the guitar?
Yeah, that is just showing the guitar that I built.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like you have, for me personally, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't believe there's any rules. So what I'm going to say is just what I would do. I'm not saying like you should take this as the golden rule of advice. I don't think anyone can give you a single golden rule. I think everything's like way more nuanced than people let on to believe. But because you are doing cool stuff with making music, and music is widely appealing to a mass audience, you just doing what you're doing already will work out for you. If you've only been posting, were you at zero followers a month and a half ago?
Yeah, pretty much all of them came from that one video that got like 850,000 or whatever.
Yeah, dude. This is why I'm saying this is an anticlimactic answer, but like you are, in my eyes, you are crushing it. It took me, so chat, I'll give you guys a little kind of a spoiler. I will be releasing a special live stream event where I've documented my entire journey going from 0 to 10,000 followers, literally everything. I go on live stream every single day. I live stream the whole process. And then before I got to 1,000 followers, I recorded and documented all that process of everything I was doing. It took me to get to 1,000 followers on this account. It took me multiple months. I'm trying to think of the exact time. But before that, multiple months, there was also 2 years of me posting just random stuff. So until this year, I flipped a switch and I was like, okay, I understand how the game works. Let me do this, blah, 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 blah. And then things kind of went from there. But for someone like Cameron to be at 800 followers in a month and a half, I'm like, bro, you're crushing it. So my anticlimactic answer, because you're doing cool stuff, you just filming and posting the cool stuff and then having the text on screen like how you have here, dude, it's plenty. But my question to you, just so I can give you some maybe more specific and helpful experiments to try, is what are you trying to do with this page? Who are you trying to attract here?
Yeah, so ideally I would like kind of two things, and I'm not even sure if it's possible to do both.
Yep.
Ideally, I would like to be able to build guitars full time and not do my other job.
Sweet. I love that.
Because I love building guitars.
Okay.
And then also it would be to collab with other artists.
So cool.
But and then also I guess the other one would be just share my journey with, quitting smoking and help some people with that. But I don't know. My friend, he thinks that it's doing too much when I'm trying to do all three at once. But I was just like, I'm not going to make another page, man. I'm just going to keep trying it.
Yeah, just keep trying it. Here's the thing. Again, this is why I say, like, I don't believe there's any rules. There's, like, a very strong argument on both sides in the content space and chat. As soon as I say this, the chat's going to light up because everyone loves this discussion. There's a huge discussion around you are the niche versus to niche down. I don't know if you've ever heard this. This is totally different from your world, I think. But in the content, anyone that's like really interested in growing with content, they're familiar with those two things. There's a very popular saying where people are like, you are the niche, which just means to post anything about you. And then there's very popular crowd that says, no, you need to niche down when you first start. I think both sides are totally right. For me personally, I've found my successes in growing pages from niching down first, but that's only my experience. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't give you a golden rule. And what you're doing here, the majority of your content is guitar stuff. So you already are. If I were to come to your page and if I hit follow from this fretless electric and I went to the next video where you're playing the piano, I'm being rewarded for hitting follow because I'm probably following for music stuff. And if you're playing music stuff in the next video, I'm being rewarded for it. As simple as that. Okay. Now with your smoking stuff, like at this point, dude, this is what I'm saying. Like my journey when I was just posting content, especially in the first month and a half, I was not focused on any of this strategy stuff. I was just posting. If you get jived up about the smoking stuff, just do it, dude. Like, you'll figure it out. Like you said, you're just going to keep posting. You're going to figure it out. You'll see what people are resonating with. Sure, if I'm someone that clicked for this guitar thing, and then I go to the next video and I see that you're breaking your 5-year addiction to smoking, maybe that's not aligned with why I post this video, but I think you're just too early on, bro. Like, you literally have just been posting a month and a half. You still need to get the reps in, and then you'll figure out, like, you already have a really good knack for content. Just, again, it's not normal, I should say. Like, it's pretty abnormal for me to see someone who's just crushing it like this right out the gate. And so because you have a knack for content, I think you're smart enough where you'll start to understand, okay, people are following me because I'm building this amp. Maybe I should do more content about me building guitar stuff, right? Like, you'll figure that out. So just keep, like, especially if you're a creative person, I think there is a world for creative and strategy to go together, for sure, but for me personally, my opinion, that's all it is. Not a rule, not a golden piece of advice. My opinion is that, like, trying to overcomplicate the process right now is going to do you more harm than good, because the only way for you to guarantee you don't hit your goals with content is if you stop posting. So
yeah,
I think you're smart enough. Like, your last video is at 70,000 views. I think you probably are seeing this and you're like, okay, a lot of people do you know roughly how many people followed you from this video? Like, do you know if like 100 people followed you or something?
Last time I checked, I want to say it was like 40 or something like that. Not crazy.
So I think you're smart enough to understand that, like, 40 people probably followed you because they want to see more about whatever the electric guitar. So you probably understand in your head, or at least as you keep posting, you'll develop this understanding of, like, okay, people are following me for electric guitar content. A lot of people are following me for this. Maybe I should make more content in that regard, if that's the goal. But if the goal is like, hey, I just want to post creatively, I don't care about the views, the engagement, the followers, or whatever, like, just do that, bro. Like, all of it works. Now, with your goals in particular about quitting your job to build guitars, my number one experiment I would give you is, bro, I've never seen anyone build a guitar like this right here that got 74,000 views already. I would love to see more of this. Let me see you build more guitars. If that's your goal, to, like, quit your job building guitars, I'd love to see a ton more content like this. And if this is the content that really jives you, like, when I say that, I mean, like, if this is the content that really is exciting for you to do, like, you love building guitars and you want to do this as a career, I would encourage you to experiment with posting more of this, especially because this is why I'm saying it's abnormal, dude. I would have totally, when I built my guitar, it was before I started posting. And so the amount of videos I have of it is like less than 10 videos of the process. So yeah, it just costs money to build a guitar. So I do have one plan, but I have to wait, honestly. Totally. Here's my question for you. And this is totally, like, me being an outsider. 'Cause I'm not like what I'm about to say might be a stupid question, but is it possible for you to, are you like building this, by the way, are you like building this amp too, or like, are you tweaking this amp or doing something with this? Like, what is this video about?
Yeah, so basically I just put a little plate on the speaker cone, you put water in it, connect it to the computer, and it shows the sound waves through the water.
That's sick. Okay. So 2 questions for you. Is it possible with your fully built guitar to show certain experiments, kind of like what you just described with this experiment with the amp? Like, are there certain things, cool things you can do with the guitar? You don't have to answer this right away, but just like think. Like, is there a way you can make more versions of this video of the amp connected to the computer, whatever, cool things? My second thing is it possible for you, and I understand, like, again, this might be a stupid question, to find or document the process of trying to buy a like really cheap guitar on like a marketplace or something, Facebook Marketplace or something, and then trying to like revive it? Is that possible at all? I don't know, like what if you were to go on Facebook Marketplace and someone's like selling a broken, whatever, like a really roughed up guitar. I don't know what the price looks like, but all I'm just asking these questions to maybe give some ideas in your head of like, even if you are just documenting like filming you going to look for guitars to buy, that could be really cool content to see. Like, I want to go and build a broken guitar, so today is day 1. I'm going to go on Facebook Marketplace and see if I can find a cheap one. And then you just basically tell me all the limitations. Like, I have a full-time job and guitars are super expensive, and I use my job to pay for rent, so I don't know how I'm going to pay for this guitar. So I don't know, maybe you take us on the journey of trying to build up towards the guitar, and now you turn it into a series. But again, I'm just giving you some ideas here.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about selling some of my other guitars to
there you go,
to buy some stuff to build one, but I could totally do that.
That would be cool content too. Like, can we see you in the process of selling the guitar? Again, with just like, if the goal is I want to build more guitars, how can we turn that into, especially for you being as creative as you are and you're already killing it with the content, is it possible, like you have a series here about breaking your addiction, is it possible to do another series of you buying or trying to buy a new guitar? And day 1 is, okay, I'm going to sell the guitar. Day 2 is I'm going to go on Facebook Marketplace. Day 3 is, or sorry, the series isn't you buying a guitar. The series is you trying to basically repair a broken one, right? Because I've never heard that before.
Like that.
Like, I've never seen anyone build a guitar before, but you clearly have tapped a market here with 74,000. This wasn't boosted, was it, this video?
No, I posted that video probably 10 times with different iterations and pacing and whatnot until I got it to work.
I was going to say, I was like, it's kind of rare that I see just 2 comments. Cool. Great that it wasn't boosted. Okay. So people are actually interested in this stuff. That's awesome.
Also, a lot of those views came after that video that got like 800,000 or whatever.
Cool. Yeah, dude. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see the journey of like trying to repair a broken guitar, if you will. It seems like anytime that you post about guitar stuff, people are pretty interested in that. Like, especially this one here and this one here. That would be sick, dude. Let's see more of that. And you could even, I don't know, maybe you're probably more creative than I am in this regard, but maybe you can incorporate some of your music in the background while you do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing for all of them. I've only posted maybe 10 videos that have different trending audio, if you will.
Sweet. Love it. Cool. Then keep doing that then. I think that could be a good approach. Have your song in the background. Try to film the journey of you trying to repair a broken guitar. Again, I've never even heard of that before. Like, I'm just so used to going to like Guitar Center. You know, people going to Guitar Center and buying a guitar like that. Like, I've never seen anyone build a guitar. I didn't even know really you could build a guitar, so that's super cool.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I appreciate it, man. I definitely gave me some ideas.
That's all I can give you.
I like it.
I don't want to give you, at this stage where you're at, I don't want to give you any sort of strategy at all, because I think you're too creative and too good at content already to try to box yourself into a certain strategy or something. Like just keep doing what's driving you, dude.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank
Cool.
you.
All right, man. Take care.
Yep, you as well.
All right, bye. All right, chat. That was Cameron. Super cool, dude. Super cool story. Vencuts. Hey, Sean, can I join a call? Yeah, man. Are you available tomorrow by chance? Let me know, Vencuts. If you're available tomorrow, let's have you join. If not, let me know. Maybe we can do Thursday. Right now, I'm about to end the stream. Hey, Sean, give me 10 minutes. Yeah. Are you available tomorrow, Vencuts? Let me know, let me know. All right, chat. I think we're going to be wrapping up stream for today. Who do we got still left in here? We got Cindy, Vencuts, 1J. Cool. I'm from India. I'm watching your live at 5 a.m. Oh, it's 5 a.m. right now. Okay. All right. So Vencuts, I have to end the live early, or well, not early, but I have to end the live today so I have some work stuff that I need to do, but I will be live again in 24 hours. So I guess tomorrow morning, would you be available 24 hours from now? Let me know. Cool. Hopefully that was a productive session, guys. I'll leave my YouTube up as we wrap up for today. Vencuts, let me know if you're available in 24 hours from now. Yes, that works. Can we schedule then? Yeah, absolutely, man. I'll be available 24 hours from now. Let's definitely get it done, man. Everything from today, chat, is going to be on my my YouTube. Vencuts, if you want to just email me, or sorry, not email me. If you want to DM me your email like how you did there, that'd be great. And everything's going to be on my YouTube, chat. So everything from today, I'll have a video on it. Also, the live stream is live right now, so you guys can watch the replay if you have any questions. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't. Shameless plug. $84 subs. You're Hermosi famous. I know. 1J probably still remembers when we were at 5 subs. And now we're at 84. We're famous, guys. Too cool for school. All right, chat. Sean Mosey. Awesome, Vencut. Thank you, man. Cool. All right, guys. Then we're hopping off for today. Vencut, I will see you tomorrow. And let's have a good rest of the day. Cindy, thank you for joining as always. Cindy is our... Oh, we gotta have a name for Cindy. She's like our I can't even really think about it. A good name for her. She's like our silent assassin. That's what we'll call her. She's the silent assassin in these streams. Always here, always locked in, always ready for more. So, cool. All right, guys. Tiago, it's been a pleasure. Venka, it's been a pleasure. Who else? 1J, pleasure. Cindy, we'll see you tomorrow. All right.